I'm lucky enough to get to travel throughout the year, and tomorrow I leave for 2 weeks in Sardinia, a lovely island off the Italian coast, and a few days in Milan. And I thought I would walk you through my travel capsule, shall we say. I'm doing carry-on only. I'm also bringing a backpack with me on the plane. I don't necessarily have a miracle silver bullet method, but I will tell you how I chose my pieces. I'll walk you through each of those pieces and a little bit of my packing process. I've already done a video about packing for 2 weeks overseas in the winter, so if you'd like to see that video, I will leave it up here for you. And if you are looking for tips to maximize your wardrobe and use creativity instead of overconsumption to figure out and find your style or just be a more conscious consumer, definitely hit subscribe below. I talk about this all the time on the channel. We are a slow fashion content creation machine, so I would love to welcome you to the channel, to this little part of the internet. Okay. Let's jump on it. I know there are a lot of packing methods out there, and the sort of guideline that I have found to be most beneficial is actually not a packing method. It was a viral outfit challenge from TikTok, the 3x3x3 challenge. So you take 3 tops, 3 bottoms, and 3 shoes, or like, you know, 3 dresses, 3 tops, and 3 bottoms. But you have 3 categories with 3 items in each category. And I found this to be incredibly helpful as sort of a baseline for putting together a small capsule. Altogether, I am bringing 2 pairs of shorts, 1 pair of just like a regular classic denim. These are vintage Levi's, super cute. I like that they're really chill. And for my second pair, I've brought these really great tailored Cézanne shorts for those times when maybe I want to be dressed a little bit more elevated. As I mentioned, we're going to be on Sardinia, so it's an island. I'm not anticipating any super fancy dress codes or anything like that. And even when I'm in Milan, I'm going to be alone at that time. So I don't foresee going out to any super high-end restaurants by myself. And right now, as it stands, 2 trousers. These are my incredible black wide leg. They're like a really great, almost crepe material. So they've got really good airflow. They're light. I also wear these on the plane because they've got an elasticated waist at the back, so it makes them so comfortable. And these are made of leftover Missoni fabric. They're like this ridiculously light, beautiful knit, but they actually take up quite a lot of space in the suitcase because they're knitwear. So I don't know, these might be on the chopping block. I'll just have to wear them around here. For tops, I've got 3 button-up shirts. These 2 are linen, my power of my people. I absolutely adore them and will not travel without them. And another piece that is kind of a debate, but which I think I'll bring, is this beautiful vintage men's Bill Blast. I loved having this sort of punch of color. It's nice and long, so it's a solid beach cover up, and it's a beautiful cotton, so light and airy and breezy. Then I've got 3 really light tops, this beautiful linen button-up t-shirt situation from Cézanne. I like it because it's a boxy cut, so I can play around with the silhouette. I often will knot it at the back if I want something that's a bit more fitted, but I also like the button detail down the front. Just makes it seem more interesting for a t-shirt, especially when you travel and you're wearing the same things over and over again. Then my trusty, gosh, this thing is 12 years old. It's Vince, but the fabric is just so beautiful and airy. And because of the double V on the back and the front, it comes off as just really elegant and refined. And then just a very simple silk cami. This is great for night or day, depending on how I style it. I've got 3 dresses, all sort of loose fitting off the body. This is a fantastic cotton t-shirt dress. Black, I know, but it's got high slits. It's really elegant. Another sort of vintage Italian fabric that was reworked into a beautiful piece. So this feels like I'm wearing absolutely nothing. And I stole this dress from my mother's closet. It's just a nice, great, easy breezy linen. The reason why I've got 3 dresses, and normally I would say I'm not a dress person, but last year I brought 2 dresses with me, a borrowed dress. It was navy linen, and I was wearing the 2 long silk and linen dresses all the time. So I have a feeling I'm gonna lean more heavily on those 3 dresses. I also am bringing my boyfriend merino sweater. It's gonna be super hot, but I wear this on the plane. It gets cold. And also just for evening, like I do tend to get cold even if I'm in a hot climate. So I love having this with me, and it did get a lot of use for me last summer. I'm gonna bring 3 bathing suits, 1 full one piece and 2 bikinis. We're on an island. Last summer, I lived in bathing suits. Personally for me, 3 bathing suits is not excessive. I'm also bringing 1 silk scarf. It's a vintage Gucci. For bags, I'm bringing 2. This great little basket tote. This is from Cézanne. I'm normally not a purse person, but every time I travel, like I would love to have a tote, and I would love something that feels a little bit like islandy, resorty. I also like this because it fits my laptop. So if I'm gonna like go to a cafe and do some work, I can bring my laptop, my iPad, whatever it is that I need. And then I'm also gonna bring my little fanny pack. For night, if we do end up going anywhere fancy, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna bring my wallet and hold it like this. I don't wanna bring either of my puzzle purses just because, like I said, it's island, we're gonna be super cash. That's so unnecessary for this trip. And also, I never travel without one of these now. Just a little cloth tote. So if we're going to a beach that doesn't have any infrastructure or anything, or if I'm feeling like that bag is a bit too precious, I can just throw things in this tote and off I go to the beach. I always run whenever I travel, so I'll just bring my running kit, which is my running shoes, 1 pair of shorts, a sports bra, a couple of pairs of sports underwear. I usually bring about 3, 1 tank top or t-shirt, my running hat, and a pair of socks. I'm bringing 3 pairs of shoes. One of those pairs are the ones I've already mentioned, my actual running shoes. I really wish I had a pair of cute sneakers that also doubled as my running shoes. I don't personally love the way these look as a lifestyle sneaker. It's fine. They're black, they're neutral, they go with everything here already. I don't foresee wearing these too much outside of just running and on the plane and on travel days. I've got 2 sandals, both M.A. Parsons, my favorite sandals to travel with. These are the string. They're just a really beautiful, minimal sandal. I find these are a wonderful alternative to a heel when I travel because they still are so elegant. They have some interest to them, but they're not as bulky as a heel. And you know, when you're in Italy, typically you're walking a lot, even at night, even to and from dinner, or at least I like to do that. Those are the evening shoe. For day, I've got the Barry sandal from M.A. Parsons. I've been wearing these to death. These are like a running shoe, but a sandal. I love these. I've spoken about them before. I'll leave that video up here for you if you're interested in a full-on review. So if I'm looking at this and I want to eliminate, because in my suitcase, my running gear takes up a lot of space, I usually bring at least 7 days worth of underwear in addition to those 3 sport underwears. So that's a total of 10 underwear, maybe 2-3 pairs of socks. That's it. And then pajamas as well. I do feel like I should maybe eliminate 1 or 2 things from here. I know this is definitely overpacking, especially considering like I also know that I can wear my scarf as a top. So you know what? I do think these are taking up too much space. I did a little test pack and my running gear is gonna take up the same amount of space as this 1 pair of pants. So I'm gonna eliminate these. Rather than kind of starting with that 3-3-3 packing method, which is very, very useful, for me at least, I prefer to pack using elements, things like textures, the light and flowy, the linens, the cottons, things like silhouettes. I want things that fit off the body or that I can manipulate easily. And then of course, if I can, a color palette. Do I care that this red is like a crazy outlier? No, because it actually still goes with everything else. If I'm like re-looking at this now, I've got 3 pairs of shorts, 3 button-ups, 3 light tops, 3 swimsuits, 3 dresses, and 3 shoes. It's more like, wait, what is it? 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. So that's a lot of 3s, 6 to be exact, but I still feel like that's a pretty solid method to use, or at least a helpful way to edit. If you're trying to edit things down, try and stick with those little groups of 3 for each category that you're looking at. If I were to eliminate one more thing, to be completely honest, it would either be the button-up or 1 dress. Either way, as I mentioned, I have done a test everything here does fit in my suitcase. The suitcase that I use is the Away small carry-on, and I've traveled a lot throughout Europe, even taking internal flights with that bag, and I have not had a problem except when I had to check it once, and it wasn't because of size, it was just because of a weight limitation on the flight itself. For toiletries, I usually bring very minimal makeup and skincare. I don't know if this happens to you, but when you're in such a beautiful climate and when you're lucky enough to actually be on vacation, I find I don't really feel the need to wear a lot of makeup or do a lot to my skin, so I'm bringing the absolute basics for both makeup and skincare. So I just do whatever I need to cleanse with and moisturize. My moisturizer has sunscreen in it already for my face. I'm gonna buy sunscreen over there because I actually prefer Italian sunscreens. I like their ingredients a little bit better. For makeup, I use Merit, which a lot of it is actually not a liquid. A lot of it comes in these beautiful stick formats, like their highlighter, the beautiful Day Glow. I just swipe it on. And same thing with their concealer. I probably won't even use concealer when I'm there. I get really lazy. So I pack all of my toiletries in my backpack as well as my tech gear. That way, when it does come time, or if for whatever reason through security, they still want me to take those liquids out, I keep those in my backpack so that I'm not zipping and unzipping and holding up the security line. Okay, now for the actual packing of the suitcase. I don't use packing cubes, not because I've tried them and I don't like them or I have something against them. I just don't own them, and I've been able to make do without them. So until I see an absolute need, I'm gonna be okay, I think, without them. Like, maybe if I was trying to bring more things into my suitcase, I would, because I think they're very good at conserving space, but I don't plan on doing any shopping while I'm there. Like I said, everything fits. The other reason why I find I don't use packing cubes is also because I don't adhere to strictly rolling or strictly folding. And the reason why I don't do this is because every fabric of every garment is different, and I find some will pack better folded, others will pack better rolled. And when I have the flexibility between folding and rolling, I can treat my suitcase like a little bit of a puzzle and a Tetris, but I do find that I'm able to fit everything in that way if I have a bit more flexibility in how I pack each garment. So that is what I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it or if you learned something new. Hit subscribe if you haven't already. Let me know if you are taking a holiday or if you're just taking some time to chill at home and rest. Pop that in the comments below. I wish you a wonderful, wonderful holiday. Do hit subscribe if you don't want to miss another slow fashion video. I would love to have you here in this little spot in the internet. In the meantime, thank you for being here. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, week, night, wherever you're at, and I will see you in the next slow fashion video. Ciao!